Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for Cancer season. Now this will be for all the individual signs, but in the beginning, this introduction will be a general overview of Cancer season. Now Cancer season will be from June 20th to July 22nd when Leo season begins. Now, you know that when I am doing the longer readings, which I kind of look at as more the chapters, I use a bunch of cards, a bunch of decks. I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, kind of gives me the main message. I then go to my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards for some clarification. We then go to my Osha Zen Tarot cards, words of advice. I'm kind of getting to the finishing with my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. I also will be pulling one, just one, because I've been liking these cards a little bit more so, my Radley Valentine Guardian Angel cards. Now, I will finish then with my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Yes, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. Now, I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job, just deliver the message, and that's what I try to do. Remember the button. Please like, share, subscribe, because it does help. And thank you so much for all of your support. I really do appreciate it. Now, let's do a little bit of the introduction where I want to go over some of the things happening in Cancer season. Now, I'm also going to pull randomly a card from my Waite Rider traditional tarot. Okay, so like I said, June 20th, Cancer season begins. It's also the summer solstice. Cancer is a water sign. It will actually begin at 11:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be a lot of truth in life during Cancer season. There will be some high emotions. There will be some rather deeper emotions too. But this is about Cancer. Cancer season wants to know the truth, but the Cancer season also wants to know the quality. There's quality in truth, okay? So if you're giving half-truths, Cancer season will not accept that. I will say that that probably will affect a lot of the air signs too, because if you're not given the whole truth, if you're lying through a mission, air signs will not like that at all. They will not, and they'll catch you on that, okay? But all of the signs it will kind of rub you raw, any kind of lies through a mission. So this is going to be one of those times that, there's got to be some quality. There's got to be quality in the truth. So let's pull a couple of cards for here and see what we might have as an overview for my Cancers. Not for my Cancers, for my Cancer season. Here we go. Put you over there. First card will be Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving on. Things have to change. So this is a 10 transition, but it's meant to be. There is some changes happening. Again, there's going to be, I talk about Saturn with Aquarius, but this has more depth to this. This has more strength to this. And this is part of that karmic type of energy. It's like karma cannot be denied. Karma cannot be denied. Next card there is the Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, and also our Virgo. This is about, 7 is that divine number for me too. It's a divine umbrella. This is about rewards. This is about a lot of the work that has been happening. You should start seeing some rewards for your efforts, for the things, for what you have put in. If you have put in a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy, you should start seeing a lot of positive rewards returned. Now, next card is the King of Wands. Now, Wands is our fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. There's a lot of Leo energy going on in Cancer. And with the Leo energy, there's going to be some surprises going on. Now, the King underlying is air energy, thought processes, thinking things through. So there could be some surprises coming during this time. And it's something that needs to happen. It's something that will happen. but it's seeing also, the King of Wands is also seeing more of the future. So that does go along with a lot of what this is. Things have to happen. The King of Wands is waiting and watching and hoping and making things happen also. Okay, so now I talked about that this will be the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. That's the longest day of the year, meaning the longest day that we have light and sunshine. It is the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. It's like, it's when there's more dark than there is light. So that's one thing going on. Okay, so on the 20th of June also, and this is at 11:05 a.m., Jupiter will go retrograde. It is still in Pisces. During this time, and Pisces is a water sign, and I think this kind of fits with what we're having here. I kind of get these, just my own impressions, what I was also reading. I do go to other sites to kind of see, what's happening. But my feelings were that it was going to be warm, cozy. It's kind of rose-colored glass time. Now, with this retrograde, there should also be a sense of relief and release. But it's also the start. The start of this will also bring about what's called a honeymoon phase. Now, the 21st of June, Venus in Cancer trines with Neptune, which is also a water sign. There's going to be truth coming out, especially about love. Now, if it's a true love, it will work out really. It will actually bring out that positive truth. If it is not, again, lies will not be tolerated, even if they're through a mission. Now, the 22nd of June, Mercury goes direct in Gemini. However, don't get too excited, because what happens is it will take about 14 days before it leaves what's called the retrograde shade. So there's still a little bit of that karma going. The closer you are to the 22nd, as we go out, and it leaves that around the July 7th. The closer it gets to, July 7th, the weaker that karmic cycle is. Anyway, the 24th of June is a full moon, and it will be in Capricorn. Now, that will be at 2:39 p.m., again, Eastern Standard Time. All the things that I'm gathering, my thoughts are, this is where we pull up our big kid pants. We need to be real to ourselves. We need to be honest to ourselves and to others. There's going to be a lot of balance, and remember, this will go from, this goes through that cycle. There needs to be some balancing between home and life. Oh, I pulled the wrong cards. And let's see, and again, the words, be true to thine own self, comes up. Okay, now let's go on. Let's see what happens. Let's pull some cards for the full moon in Jupiter. Not in Jupiter, I'm sorry, in Capricorn. Here we go. Put these again. There. First card. Okay, so this is reversed. We have a 1, new beginnings, new start. The Magician. The Magician is about making things happen. So remember, this is the time that the full moon is when I tell you it's a good time to release, relinquish, and request. Now, when the new moon is going to the full moon, that's when it's getting bigger. They call that the waxing moon. That's the time to request. When the moon is getting smaller and it's going, it's called the waning moon. And that's when you release. Around the full moon, and I would say, basically go like 3 days before, day of, and 3 days after is a good time to release, relinquish, and request. Release what's holding you back, relinquish what you don't need, but to also request. So the Magician is basically saying you can make things happen around this full moon. Remember, Capricorn is an earth sign, so it's more tangible energy. Anyway, next card is here, the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups has that mixture between the water sign of Cups and the Page's underlying energy of Earth. So there is that mixture going on, and that's exactly what we have here. But it's kind of whimsical at the same time. It's kind of like, expect maybe a little bit of the unexpected. I know that goes with Uranus and Taurus all the time. But, it's kind of a expect. And if you want to expect something negative, put it out, comes back. If you want to expect positive, put it out. Now, your next card here is, we've got actually 4 cards. Next card is Ace of Wands, your air energy that we've talked about. I'm sorry, wand is your fire energy, passionate. Aces is a new beginning, one. So we have a couple of ones here. So it could be a really wild start. It could be something that, you really want to go after too. So there's really positive energy around this full moon. Next card is the Page of Pentacles. So we have two ones and we have two pages. Pentacles is our earth energy. This is about new jobs, new beginnings, new ways to make money. Okay, now, a couple of things else we have going on here. On June 25th, Neptune goes retrograde, and that's also going to be in Pisces. Now we have the 27th of June. Venus enters Leo. There's going to be a lot of energy around love. So this is going to be, if you're going to fall in love, it's going to be big and generous. If you're going to break up, it's going to be big and generous, okay? So it's not going to necessarily be something that's it's not going to be moderate. There's going to be a lot of things happening. It's going to, you meet somebody, or any of the relationships that I talk about, your work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or home, something's going to start. It's going to be big. It's going to be really, oh, this is great. If it's, like I said, if it's being pulled apart, it's going to be big also. It's not something, this Leo and Venus, and also to remember, this is when it's starting. So this is going to go on until it goes into Cancer. I think it goes into Cancer. No, I'm sorry, it goes into Virgo on the 21st of July. So this will be going on for a little bit of time. It's going to be big. And like I said, if it's positive, it's going to feel great. If it's not positive, not so great. Anyway, now this I did take from another site, and I will post that site because I did like a lot of the things that they talked about with Cancer. But I want to make sure that, this is something from another site. This one, they were saying, and I'm going to say this is going to be more from June 30th to maybe July 10th. High risk of unexpected shocks and surprises. I'll post this in the community page, their link. And I've posted their site before, but not for a long time. So basically, the first of July, we have Mars, which is in Leo, opposing Saturn, which is retrograde in Aquarius. On the 4th of July, we have Mars again, squares with Uranus and Taurus. And Leos know what that means. That's always Uranus and Taurus. Expect that unexpected. We have Cancer on the 5th, sextiles with Uranus and Taurus. We have Leo on the 7th, opposing Saturn, which is in Aquarius. And on the 8th, we have Venus squaring with Uranus. So there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of weird type of energy. Leo is about, Leo has heart. Leo has very strong commitments. Now, I'm not, Leo wants, Leo is very straightforward in many ways, So there's a lot of things that might be happening around that time. On July 9th, we have our new moon in Cancer. My feeling on that when I was, putting this together, and like I said, I pray and meditate, the message was the pressure brings the diamond, so how they have a, like the piece of coal or charcoal or whatever, the pressure brings the diamond. So new moons are the start of a new cycle where it is about, again, requesting. Let's see, we're just going to pull one card here for the new moon and see what that might say. Okay, well, I don't know. Do you want to, yeah, we're going to take you out. Okay, no, this is the card. Here we go. The Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit is a 9. 9 has a completion to it, but the Hermit is also saying maybe it's time to back away a little bit. Maybe it's time to step away a little bit. Make sure you connect with your higher power, your guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, also to, the source. Also, it's a good time for you to do a lot of reflection. Okay, so we're just going to go with that for the new moon. Mercury on the 11th enters Cancer. Serious talks, discussions about heart, home. But again, this is about seeing the truth. It may be an extremely emotional time, but it's about seeing the truth. And, and again, during Cancer, it's, don't lie through, especially with omission. Okay, meaning Well, maybe it wasn't a real lie, but I just didn't tell you the truth. Okay. So then on the 21st, Venus enters Virgo. That is going to be a nicer, it's a little calmer. It's more, Virgo being the earth energy, it's going to be more grounded energy. Just be a little careful about smugness. That just popped for me. On the 22nd, the sun enters Leo at 10:27 a.m. Eastern Time. And I did put this here because the 23rd, there will be the full moon in Aquarius at 10:36 p.m. Eastern Time. So again, we have that, that change signs, the changing energies plus that full moon energy. So, whew. So just kind of wanted to let you know what I was feeling a little bit about this. I will add this to the front. And of course, anyone that cross watches, I will put the time that this is over also in the link. Okay? So now, remember the like, share, subscribe. But now let's start with our readings. Hello, my Aries. How are you? Okay, let's see what we've got going on. Not quite sure where I put my glasses, but I do need to have them. Let's see what we have going on for you with Cancer season. Here we are one more time. There we go. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All 3 are reversed, so that is some really strong energy. There's my glasses. Okay. First card is Ego. Okay, 15, change energy. And also, too, if you add the 1 and 5, it becomes a 6. It's what you make of it. It's man's energy. It's your energy. Ego has a lot of different types of cautions with it. Okay, so one of it is caution is to not be so afraid, not to be so afraid of letting yourself be seen, not be so afraid of making a mistake. Some of this has to do with some worries about money, worries about just, life in general. So you try a little bit harder than what maybe the other person is ready for. And the thing is, you being a fire sign, my Aries, and I'm a fire sign too. I'm not an Aries, but we can be strong. So we have to be careful about that we don't come off too strong and basically frighten the people that aren't quite used to our energy away. Okay, so ego has a little bit of a difference. Also, ego is about, are you doing something, are you going out when you don't have a penny in your pocket, but you have a credit card that, that's been paid off? Are you going out and buying everyone dinner and because you want to be seen as the person that can buy everyone dinner? So there's some things to be cautious about with ego. Okay, so it's a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So there's some worry behind that too. Next card, reversed, the Knight of Fire. So the worry here, now the Knight of Fire, Knights have the underlying energy of fire, and this is your energy. So it's fire, that's passionate, burning, it's very determined, it goes after what it wants. So there could be something that you really, really want to go after. You're a little worried about it. Do I go after it? Do I not go after it? I really, really want to go after it. And this is something that it may come up really, really quickly, and it might need a quick answer. Now, I'm a little bit cautious. And my thing is, if you need an answer right now, that'll be a no. But, but I want you to really take a time and really step back a little bit about this, because this is something that you may be very, very you may really, really want. Now, I'm going to go back to ego. Be very careful at whoever is offering this to you, because this could be a new job, it could be a new relationship, of any of the ones I talk about, that they could also be pandering to your ego. So it may not necessarily be the best. I'm going to just kind of give you, again, I kind of go back here that you need to proceed with caution. Caution. You need to proceed cautiously. How's that? Okay? Okay, I'd be a little bit, I don't know what this is that's being offered, but, if it seems too good to be true, yeah, I know. It usually is. Anyway, the Knight of Fire, though, is passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Let's see what else we have here. Next card. The Four of Water. Okay, so Fours has some stability to it. It has some organizations to it. Now the water is our Cancer, our Pisces, our Scorpio. It's fluid, emotional. So there is this emotional thing. So with the Four of Water, it's kind of looking at, this is what I have, this is what I'm offering. So there is some sort of a decision here. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go with this Four of Water. It's kind of like, an opportunity is being offered to you. Now, ego could also be that you think you're too good for the opportunity. Okay, so it could be that, maybe you have a specialty and they want you to start, they want you to start on the bottom to learn the business. Okay, so, and maybe you're thinking, no, I don't want it because of that. If it's going to be a fast thing, if it's something that you have to quit your job without notice or something, I would be very cautious about that. But if it's something that they're saying, well, this is where we want you to start, but ask them then, where do you see me in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months? Well, where do you see me in 2 years? Because in some ways, they could actually be starting you on the ground floor so that you could actually learn the business. And it might be ego that keeps you from taking it, okay? Because I've known of people that said, that other people took the job and they rose the ladder quite quickly, and other people that said, well, I'm not going to go do that. That's below me. And they never really achieved what they could have achieved. Okay, so there's some choices with this. So Cancer has some interesting energy for you. Anyway, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibility. So I'm just kind of like, we're going to leave this here for the moment. We're going to go to my John Holland, see what we have here. See what, if we can get some clarification going with this. Because that could be just one piece of what's going on here. So, because ego, I feel cautious. Be cautious, okay? Be cautious. But the Knight of Fire is kind of like, something, just, wanting to go for something. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on. Here we are. I don't know what's reversed or not on these cards. It's always fun. Okay, first card. Firm foundation. So we have another 4. So whatever this is that's being offered, it actually feels like, you might not, like I said, you might not feel that it fits you, or that you have to take a step down in order, to do this. But it feels like that this actually is a position, as a company that has a firmer foundation than what you think. But again, ask your questions. Ask your questions to say, so if it's something that you're like, well, I am making, let's say $20 an hour right now. You want me to come in at $18 an hour. What is the future that you have planned for me? What is it that I can achieve? I do not want to be making $18 in a year. Okay, be honest. Have a good conversation. Don't, be careful about ego though. Be careful about ego. Okay, next card. Disruption. Disruption. So we have a 16 here. So, there's something interesting with that in itself. So 1, new beginnings, 10, transition, 6 is the number of man. It's what you make of it. And basically it's kind of like disruption is interesting because the person's bound. The person is already trapped. Okay. So you may be in a job that in 2 years, if you're making $20 now, you might still be making $20. But, but they're telling you that in 2 years you might be making the other job, whatever's being offered, could be at $25. So there's kind of like, I'm already trapped, but then something's shaking your core. Something's disrupting this. Something actually is going to free your bonds. Something's going to free you from your chains, your shackles. It's not easy. It's not comfortable at all. Okay? But it's basically saying you can't stay where you're at. Okay, interesting. You're going to have to tell me, my Aries, what this is all about or who this is for. Last card. Okay, so now we have a 9, and it's basically spiritual strength. So there's going to be, this is one of those things that you have to dig deep. You're going to have faith. You're going to have to connect with your higher power, your guardian angels, your source, your divine, your universal energy, whoever that is. You need to really connect with that, and you need to know that they have your back, okay? 9 has a completion energy to it. Things are wrapping up with this. So this is kind of like you may not feel strong, but the divine is stronger. So this is going to be, it's not going to be a comfortable ride for you. It's not going to be a comfortable energy for you. You're going to be conflicted with your own thoughts, your own ego, your own what you want. So, but it does, it does feel like, again, using my example, where that, again, ask, what do you see? What is the plan? What is my, where do you see me being in 2 years, in 1 month, how type of thing. Because it doesn't feel wrong, the offer. The opportunity doesn't feel wrong, okay? I feel like you might be more stuck where you're at. Okay, but your choices, these are all your choices. Again, this is when I see this, definitely pray on it and ask Archangel Jophiel to help you. But this is definitely time to pray, meditate, to connect, okay? There's some things, interesting energy for you, my Aries. Here we go. One more shuffle here. Okay. Osha Zen Tarot, words of advice. Kind of. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we have. The dream. Okay, so 6 again is that number of man. It's, it's kind of like, what is it that you've been looking at? What have you been wanting? Is this other opportunity something that possibly can meet that? Be cautious of ego, though, okay? I'm just be real cautious with this. But it is okay to dream. It is okay to want more. It is okay to want better. Here we go. Conditioning. So now we have a 15 again. Okay, so 15 and 15. Part of this, now this is interesting too, because you could say that this is ego and this is ego. But conditioning is being told that you can't be, that you can't be who you are. That conditioning is being told that, so here's this lion. This is the story behind this card. Here is this lion, okay? So you're a fire sign. You know that energy, who has been raised as a sheep. Thinks he's a sheep. He is a lion. So some things, maybe some of the things that you've been told haven't necessarily, kind of look at them a little more carefully. Maybe they haven't been as accurate or as correct. Maybe you've been told that you can't, achieve. Maybe, but yet that there's something that you possibly can. Maybe you've been told that, sometimes it's the opposite. Again, I keep going back to ego. Maybe you've been told that, oh, anything is possible. And yet, anything can be possible. But for me, okay, here I am. If I wanted to be a doctor, I don't have the lifespan to take another 10 years to become a doctor. So for me, that is not possible. Okay, so kind of look at that a little bit. While there are things that need to be realistic, I don't want you to not dream. Okay, I don't want you to not see the possibilities. Here we go. That last card. And here we go with the Fool. That was reversed. 0 has God universal energy. This is a 0. The Fool, new beginning. This is bigger than new beginnings. This is having faith. This is believing. This is having your spiritual strength. This is going on a new journey. This is saying that even if I step off the cliff, I know that I will be safe. Okay? Now, it's interesting. I don't know if that's the new moon or not. So you may have all of this stuff that leads up from that full moon to that new moon. But that's popping at me a little bit. So from the new moon going forward, that could be when a lot of things come together for you. Okay. So let's go on here. Here we are. But yeah, the conditioning, again, I don't want to keep you from dreaming. I do want you to be realistic. But if you're the lion, you're not a sheep. You need to stay the lion is also saying maybe you need to take some leadership. Maybe you need to also take some ownership of where your life is going too. I kind of feel like that could be what that's about. Okay, let's go on with these cards. So maybe it's been, well, this isn't going to happen. That's not, hey, take some ownership. Next card is King of Gabriel. Now, Gabriel is your energy. It's fire energy. King's underlying energy is air energy, sword energy. It's Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, thought processes, making plans. But your energy supersedes that. Your energy is bigger than that. Now, so you've got the smarts, but you're also, too, this is you looking at things this is you looking at a bigger picture, okay? And you're looking at everything. You're looking at everything. You're looking at what did they tell you? What is their plan for you? Where you're at. And I'm using this as an example. So my job where I'm at tells me that in 2 years, I'm not going anywhere. This job tells me that possibly if I take this step back, I could be that much further if I show that I can work it. The thing is about you, Aries, you definitely can work it. You're workers. You are hard workers. So the King of Gabriel looks at the bigger picture. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. And the King of Gabriel is also caring and kind. Next card, Seven of Ariel. Okay, so a lot of this is kind of the worry, that a lot of this is this prep, a lot of this is you looking into things a little bit more so. A lot of this is putting your ego aside. But then we come to the Seven of Ariel. Ariel is our earth energy. It is our Taurus, our Virgo, our Capricorn. It's very solid, something to do about money. Seven, divine umbrella, has to do, kind of like you do your piece, you give it up to higher power, the universe, whoever that is. But this is kind of saying you've got what it takes. You've got what it takes to do whatever it is you need to do or want to do. Okay? You have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. Now, next card here, the Nine of Michael. Okay, nines have that wrap-up energy again. Do we have any extra nines? We have that other 9 here. But the Nine of Michael, Michael is, like I said, air energy. We talked a little bit about air energy here. This is saying, get out of your mind. Step out of your mind. Stop thinking so much about this. Now, I have been talking to a lot of the other signs about self-prophecy, a self-fulfilling prophecy. If, think about what that really means. You are prophesying over yourself. So if you're going to do that, you be positive. You put out positive energy. Stop doing the negative. Your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. Now the regret, guilt, or worry is pulling me back to the ego. So I'm not quite sure what that's, maybe you're kind of even thinking, how can I leave this company? They need me so much. Well, if they need you, they can pay you, or they can appreciate you a little bit more too. Okay? So I'm not quite sure, but that when I read that, it was like really going back to ego. Okay, let's go on. One last card with these, and then we'll go to see what energy or crystal would be helpful. Here we are for my Aries. Okay, reversed. 3 of action. No, we don't have a 3 here of action here. Things are working out beautifully. Now that your ship has come in, it's time to decide what your next big project will be. You may choose to continue to build upon your successes or move on to something entirely different. Be willing to travel if necessary. I like that. I like that. So now, let's see the crystal or energy for my Aries. Okay. This is not reversed. Here we are. Emerald. Ooh, I like emerald. Unconditional love, beauty, recovery, healing past lives. You've got some interesting stuff here. I mean, basically, I guess the only thing that like I say, get out of your own way. How's that? Get out of your own way and get out of your own head, my Aries. Okay? Okay. Anyway, now remember the button. Please like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, though, this is really the most important thing, my Aries. Always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.